Alright, I figured I should do a video here at some point. I've learned quite a bit this last week. Again, half of it was spent at home, half was spent over in Bend waiting to go to a fire, but we didn't end up going. So, you know, I just fought other fires, you know, soul fires. But, so, one person that I was talking to claims to be a Satanist. Now, whether he openly worships Satan, you know, I've never seen him pray to Satan or anything like that. I've talked about Creator and Jesus and forgiveness and all this stuff, and he seems to kind of go along with that, you know, like he's into that. And he was an he is an hard drug user, heroin, meth user, and you know, we were talking about people not having morals, and they don't care if they kill people. You know, they don't think twice about it. They don't think twice about having abortions or anything like that. And you know that Satanists are basically like really selfish, I guess. They're like, and so like if you think about like everybody, that's the way people are. People are just really selfish. They think everything's about them. It's all about them. Well, not everybody. Granted, there's some few humble people out there that aren't like that, but anyways, yeah. So that was kind of kind of an addition to the worldly, because basically I'm out of my element into the worldly people, surrounded by worldly people, being judged. It's like people don't want to be judged, but then the world judges. Like, I don't judge people, you know, the way that they look or anything like that, but it's like, if you think about it, how should people be judged? On their morals? You know, so like if somebody is like living in sin, I guess you could say I'm living in sin right now because I'm speeding, right? So I could crash, right? If God wanted me to, be like, bam, crash. No, I'm not really doing anything. So anyways, yeah, people living in sin, and then having to be humbled to where they're paying attention again and concentrating on God, right? It's like we're made to worship the Creator. Yeah, that's why He made us, to worship Him and to be His children. You know, it's like you don't have children for them to worship you, do you? You have children because you love children, right? Or like a lot of people, you know, they just love kids. They just want to have kids, and then they have them, and they love them, and they raise them, and all this. But then there's mothers and husbands that have issues. That stuff happens, and life happens, and people get divorced, and kids grow up without both parents these days. Or, you know, some parents die, you know. And so, you know, and they're not brought up properly to begin with. You know, there gonna be two parents, and they're not, you know, they stick together and they argue all the time and blah blah blah. You know, just abuse and all this stuff, and it's just the way life is. You know, and at some point, you know, hopefully things work out. But it's like, I think some people are just like that, and that's just the way that they are. They get along, and that's them getting along when they're fighting. It's kind of weird, but it's like, I'm not like that. I don't like to fight. You know, so. But anyways, well, that's the thing. It's like, It's like we all have our goal in life is to raise our children to know and worship the Creator. That's our goal. And then as we do life, God puts us in the pathway of other people, or sometimes God puts us in the pathway of the people that are going to help us out, like what happened in my life, right? And so after you get fixed, or started getting fixed, whatever, you get your eyes open or whatever, realize, what's going on, then you can share with other people. And so it's like, I know I did a video before and people thought I was crazy about like a worship event and a procession for Jesus, to bring Jesus back to America and the entire planet. But there's this one thing going down, and I guess I don't know how big it's going to be or anything like that, but I guess they're thinking it's going to be pretty big. But it's 50 tents, a tent for each state. I guess they're like 50,000 or like 5,000 people tents. So they're expecting 5,000 people at least from each state. It's a 3-day event where they're worshiping and talking about God and teaching about God and praying and stuff like that. They look kind of like kind of a wacky church, but spirit filled, you could say. And so it's kind of odd, but yeah, I don't know. So I guess we'll check that out. But so that's basically the thing. It's like it's kind of the same thing of what I was talking about, and they called it the procession. Get in the procession for Jesus coming. And so it's like, okay, well, and so that 3-day event is during the Jewish or Israelite tabernacle, city of tabernacles or something like that, to where it's like a tent city at the capital of the country. And so like people gather there to worship God. And so basically it's the first time in history that we're going to do it in our country. And I want to go. And then there's another thing, Creation Fest, worshiping the Creator and stuff, and I want to go to that. And it's like all these things, like the Noah Ark Museum, the Creation Museum, and stuff like that. There's all these things that people should go check out. They spend all their money going to the beach, going on all these crazy vacations, different Hawaii and New York and all these crazy places that cost lots of money, but it's like, they go on and check out the buildings and stuff that people made instead of like going and checking out the creation that the Creator made, the natural world that we live in. And that's kind of what I'm all about. I'm a hunter, a firefighter, and I love to be outdoors, and and I constantly think about the Creator because I'm outside. It's like I see all these trees, mountains, everything that God made, and how beautiful it is, the sky, the stars, everything around us. And, I think it's just amazing. And so it's pretty awesome that came to earth, sacrificed, and then we believe that He paid for our sins. But it's like if we get a speeding ticket, we get a ticket, and then we go there, we don't have enough money, and then somebody comes along and says, hey, I'll pay your speeding ticket, here you go. And then you're like, okay, thanks, and you like speed out of there, right? You get another ticket, go in there, called Jesus. Hey Jesus, I got another ticket. Can you help me out? It's like, okay, just this last time, right? This is the last time. Don't do it anymore. And then you go do it again. And then you call him up. Hey Jesus, I got another ticket. And he's like, okay. But remember I said last time that was the last time. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. All right. Well, we'll do it again. It's the last time. And it's like, how many times does he do that? It's like, you know, he doesn't actually pay your speeding ticket, but, you know, you sin and then he forgives you. But then you still sinned and you still have the consequences of those sins. It's like, you know, change the story a little bit, steal or do something to another person, murder them, beat them up, whatever. And they're like, oh, sorry, Jesus, I forget, you know, forgive me. Well, then you need that other person to forgive you too. And, you know, and a lot of people don't forget. A lot of people hold grudges. And so that's kind of the thing. It's like, okay, have you ever, and that's kind of an opportunity to talk to them and be like, okay, have you ever did something to somebody and wanted forgiveness and they did not forgive you? And it's like, you know, there was a parable that I read about, it was about the servant, or the master called the servants and wanted them to pay up the debt or whatever, and this one guy didn't have the money, so he said he forgave him. You know, he begged for forgiveness basically, and the king or whatever forgave him. Well, then he goes out and he finds somebody that owes him less money, you know, than what he owed the king. And so he's like, you better pay me right now, I'm going to kill you or whatever. Well, another person that witnessed that the king forgave his debt, he went and told the king. He went and told the king, and the king threw him in the pit to be tortured. And I actually read that to my kids one day when they were fighting and stuff. And I'm like, you forgive each other and all this, and they're like, well, I want to forgive them, you know. And so the Lord led me to read, crack open the Bible, and I read this, you know, made everybody come in the living room and read it. And there was people that were irritated that I was reading it, but my son was like, you know, he was listening and he got it, that, you know, God's like that. He forgives you, but if you don't forgive other people, then you get thrown into the torturing pit for eternity. And so I forgive you. I hope you forgive me. You know, and so that's kind of how, what the moral of the story is. It's all about forgiveness. And so, you know, it's like I drive down the highway and I see all these worldly things. Like there's a motorcycle right there that I would love to have. I would love to ride it around. I saw a couple Suburbans and stuff that would be nicer than the ones I have. And I'm like, well, but I gotta do what I gotta do. It's like, I guess I could not be a firefighter and actually get a job and make money and not be there for my son and doing stuff around the house. You know, our house is falling apart. You know, now I gotta get a water heater installed. Tracy got it, so when I go home and put it in, I might have to rip out sheetrock and flooring, you know, and just insulation and all kinds of stuff. You know, it's a giant mess, but it's kind of like how much work Jesus has to do to each one of us. You know, it's like some people are more of a mess than others, but Jesus has a lot more work to do with them. But it's like, you know, to us, sometimes it's like, well, it's easier just to burn it down, you know, throw it in the fire, right? But it's like, Jesus is like, no, I want to restore it. I want to make it, I want to take it from this crappy thing, and I want to turn it into something awesome, you know, that people are going to like come in and go like, oh wow, that's badass. You know? Well, I remember how it was. I remember how you were before, and now look at you. which I don't know what that looks like. You know, I just gotta trust Jesus, and it's like, you know, I don't, you know, I used to like pretty much didn't like anybody. I didn't want to be around anybody. Nobody was good enough or whatever. I didn't like anybody. I didn't even like myself. You know? I just go around miserable and grumpy and just all the time. And you know, I'm still suffering from that, of course. And it's funny because like people kind of like, you can kind of tell like people are like, you know, like don't want to talk to you or whatever. But it's because, you know, I get like kind of like intimidating because I'm kind of grumpy or whatever, you know. And it's like I gotta find joy and be happy. And you know, so like, you know, being poor and miserable and all that, you know, getting beat up, you know, sometimes that's just the way it toughens us up, you know. And so that when we get little things, you know, we see little things or whatever. Like when my daughter wanted to get baptized, she told me that, man, I blew up. I was so excited. I was so happy and just so relieved and filled with the Spirit. It was amazing. People were like, "What's your problem?" You know, like, simmer down. And I was excited. So I kind of want to get lit up like that again. I'm so stoked, you know. Well, all right. Well, this video is long enough. All right, out.